What up, YouTube? We are back, episode 11. This one's gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm eating. We are currently 5 weeks out right now from the cow, so I look forward to showing you guys what I'm eating leading up to the show. Obviously, we'll do a little bit more of these. This is the first time I'm doing this, so I'm excited to show you guys what I'm eating. It's not really much, but we'll start out with the first things first. Oh shit, wrong one. That's for another one, huh? My bad. My little morning ritual that I like to do is I'll usually start out with like cardio. I'll start out with cardio and then I'll do some abs. And then obviously I'll come home, shower. Then I'll get meal one underway. So what my meal one looks like, it's actually steak. So these meals are already prepared. I want to give a big shout out to Jessica. She used to own Food for Friends. She currently shut it down for a little bit because she has other things she's focusing on. This girl likes to do a lot, so she definitely put this on hold. But for me, she's still helping me out. She's a big, she's a big part of my, I guess you can say, success so far. I've been with her for a couple of years, and she's freaking amazing. So Jessica, I truly appreciate you. Thank you for all your help. Thank you for making my life easier as a bodybuilder. All I have to do is grab the protein, put it in the microwave, heat it up, and eat it. I don't have to go to the store, spend time at the store, come home, cook, clean. That's other times that I can use in my business, training, posing, resting. You take a lot of hours off my day by doing that. So Jessica, thank you. But first things first, first meal is we'll do 180 grams of steak. Then we'll do 2 eggs. Same thing, she hooks it up with the homegrown eggs, freshly made. I noticed the difference between these in the store. Less bloat. I don't know how you guys feel, but sometimes when I do consume eggs from the store, I feel a little bloated and gassy, a little TMI, but hey, it is what it is. But with these, digestion wise, hands down the best. So big shout out to Jessica again for hooking up with the eggs. They come in handy. So I do 2 eggs, 180 grams of steak. My main carb source is rice. So I pretty much heat it up in the rice maker, put it in the bag. I'm eating right now 100 grams of rice for meal one. One of the things that I tell people all the time, and a good coach will notice this, it's like if it's not broken, don't fix it. You know, Matt knows what works best for my body. He knows what carbs I'm able to intake, and that's why it's good to work with the coach long term, because he gets to see what bodies do well with your body. I mean, what carbs do well with your body. Sorry, I'm carb deprived. Prep brain. But for example, like I can't digest sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes, my body is no good. We were doing bagels, but I was holding a little bit of water retention with bagels, so we took those out. English muffins, same thing, took them out. He noticed that my body does the best with rice and oatmeal, so that's what he feeds me. There's no point of him giving me something that he hasn't introduced to my body yet. So we just kept everything the same. I see a lot of athletes do something for so long and then they switch it up. Their coaches switch it up for whatever reason. I don't understand that concept, but it's something that you see very common. So Matt is the best for a reason. Any coach that knows what they're doing will understand that. Matt knows that my body does extremely well with jasmine rice. That's where he's keeping it on there, and he has kept it over there. He has kept it on there since I've been working with him. So obviously we're growing. He'll just add more rice. If we're, like right now we're 5 weeks out, he's just gonna reduce the rice. So I'll add rice to that, and then I do get 100 grams of berries. So this is the only fruit that I get during the day. It definitely spikes up the insulin in the morning, gets the digestive system going. Comes in handy too, like the sweet tooth and stuff like that. So something I look forward to. It's my famous saying, breakfast of champs. So it's something that every morning I look forward to, and it's actually my favorite meal of the day. So that's what meal one looks like. Meal two, usually it'll be my pre-workout meal. It will be 200 grams of chicken breast with 180 grams of jasmine rice. And then we add fats. So these are my essential fats, is what we use. Same thing, olive oil works best for me. Some people like avocado, some people like peanut butter, some people like macadamia oil. Olive oil has been working well for us. There's no point of us switching it. There's no point of us doing something different. This has been working with us, so we just kept this in here. It's simple. You just add it, and I'll show later what my pre-workout meal looks like. Today is a rest day. Today I'm not training, so on my rest days, this will actually be reduced to 150 grams, which is pretty much nothing. But there's no point because I'm not going to utilize those nutrients today. I'm just relaxing. I already got my cardio, my abs out of the way. Now it's just rest. So that's what meal 2 looks like. Meal 3, it's going to be like same thing, 200 grams of steak with 100 grams of rice, and that's it. One of the things you guys, the ones that work with me or live with me, you guys probably see is jalapenos. There's no carbs, no fats, no sugars or anything like that in jalapenos, so I use it. I don't get any bloat, any digestion issues with it. I've been using it for a while now, so it's doing me good. There's no point in me removing it, but I use jalapenos to give me like that. I guess is the Latino in me, so gives it that food, that spicy flavor. So I love jalapenos, and it's volume too, so it keeps me a little bit full as I'm dieting down, and it comes in handy. So I always add a jalapeno to every meal. Obviously, I don't go crazy with it, but it does give my meals a little bit more flavor. So that's what meal 3 looks like. Meal 4, same thing. We're back to 200 grams of chicken with 100 grams of rice. So, and olive oil. One of the things that I forgot to add on here that I like to add to my rice is pink salt. Sodium. My chicken, my protein is seasoning. I add more salt to it. Sodium plays a big role in bodybuilding. That's what gives you pumps in the gym. That's what gives you that vascularity, like potassium, sodium, electrolytes, and all that stuff. One of the things that I hate seeing, and it's so common, people reduce their sodium, or they think they're reducing the sodium as they're getting closer to the show. Like, don't do that. If you've been using sodium your whole prep, keep it in. Like, keep it in. That's one of the things same thing, I don't understand why people think this is the reason why you're holding water weight. You know what I mean? Another thing too, you're not fat. For people that are just doing like lifestyle, you know, you'll see people say, well, I'm fat because I'm intaking a lot of sodium. Like, you're not fat because you're intaking a lot of sodium. You're fat because you're intaking a lot of processed food. That's the reality of why you're fat, right? It's not because of the sodium intake. Obviously, you should be drinking about a gallon a day. I'm drinking about almost close to 2 gallons a day just because of all the walking I do in my job, the cardio, the intense training. I'm drinking about almost 2 gallons of water a day. So I need to replenish my body, right? I need to intake that sodium and that water to make sure that I'm flushing out those fluids and, you know, I'm not cramping up and stuff like that or staying flat. So the reason why you see me pumped and stuff like that is because I do intake a lot of sodium, and it tastes freaking good, man. A lot of people, my food is so simple and so basic, but dude, add some freaking seasoning to it, add some flavor to it. I see a lot of people eating boring. Like, even like, I'm a robot and I'm a machine and I'm so structured, but dude, get creative. There's a lot of cool things you can do. Sugar-free barbecue sauce, highly recommend this one. There's no bloat, no sugars, no nothing, no fats. Cholula, like, add some flavor to it. Sugar-free ketchup. I'm still using this right now. I'll probably take this out like 3-4 weeks out, maybe 3 weeks out. I only use this once a week, and I'll explain why right now. But like, dude, use this stuff. There's like a lot of stuff you guys can use, and it doesn't have to be like, you don't have to like be miserable. A lot of people think dieting is miserable. Like, this is my diet, whether I'm on season or off season. This is pretty much my diet. The only thing that changes is the amount of carbs that I'm intaking. All this pretty much stays the same. The only thing that changes is the carb intake goes higher, right? And obviously he has more fruit and stuff like that, like pineapple post-workout or a banana in the morning. But right now we're on season. We're 5 weeks out, so we're eliminating all the fruit because it does have a little bit of sugar in it, right? Now, so that's what meal 4. Meal 5, we'll go back to steak. 225 grams of steak, 100 grams of rice, and some pink salt. And that's what my 5 meals look like on my low carb days. I do have a high carb day on Saturdays, just because right now my body's where he wants it to be at right now. We're in a really good place. I'm actually at my lightest right now. I'm 240 pounds. If that I don't get that high carb day, my body will start dropping body fat quick. So that high carb day kind of keeps my body where it needs to be. So on Saturday he'll give me a high carb day. Now we go from 100 grams of rice to 280 grams per meal. So that's when you'll see me the happiest. You'll see me the happiest because I'm eating more. So the protein source stays the same. Meal 1 stays the same. Meal 2 stays the same. Everything stays the same except the last 2 meals. So on meal 4, actually we'll replace one of the steak meals with 2 scoops of whey isolate. And I get this from Mecca Nutrition. So big shout out to Mecca Nutrition for taking care of me. They've been a big help during this prep. Very supportive, very encouraging. Big shout out to them. Yeah, I can't express. They have the best supplements in the game here in town. So if you're from Bakersfield, go to Mecca Nutrition. Obviously use my code Nacho15, and they'll take care of you. So big shout out to Fabian and Josh South for taking care of me. So I use 2 scoops of that, 100 grams of oats, and that's where this will come in handy. And then I forgot to add. We'll do 20 grams to get some fats in of peanut butter. So I was like my little sweet tooth on Saturday. Very freaking good. I look forward to that every Saturday. And then my last meal of the day will be 225 grams of steak with 3 whole eggs and 280 grams of rice. What I'll do is we'll put the nutrition facts on there and stuff like that towards the end so you can see what I'm doing. I'm not scared to show what I'm doing. I mean, there's no secret. Everyone's pretty much doing the same. The only thing that's different is the amount of food that people are eating as we get closer to the show. So that's what my nutrition looks like. As you guys see, it's freaking basic. It's nothing crazy. The reason why you see what I'm doing working is because I'm consistent, right? I'm consistent. I'm doing it day in and day out, day in and day out. We are approaching 5 weeks out. We're 5 weeks out now. He cut my cheat meals out 20 weeks out. So I haven't had a cheat meal since January. Like, that's what it takes, man. That's what it takes. A lot of people, and it just comes down to how bad you want it. You know what I mean? It's like, if you want it, you're gonna do it. You know what I mean? No hesitation, or you're not even gonna think about it. So as the show gets closer, I'm at a point right now where honestly I'm not even craving cheat meals. I could give 2 shits about that. The thing that is hard is having that energy throughout the day. I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to get exhausted. My fatigue is starting to be more and more and more. So here's where you have to find that. I don't know if you guys listen to David Goggins, but there's like this cookie jar that he talks about, and you got to find that cookie, like a life experience, and tap one of those in and get those to push forward every day. Because here's the thing, guys. Like, I chose to do this. No one put a gun in my hand and say, hey, you have to bodybuild. Like, no, I chose to do this. So I can't allow this to dictate how the rest of my day goes. You know what I mean? I still have to make sure that, I'm a good son. I'm a good brother. I'm a good boyfriend. I'm a good teammate. I can't be, the world doesn't evolve around me. Yes, I have a fucking amazing support system. I'm very grateful for my team and those in my corner. They play a huge role in this, and they're being selfless with their time. But because what I mean by selfless is because yes, I'm here, but technically I'm not mentally. I'm usually spaced out. But they're here to support my dreams and my aspirations, and they're taking a step back in their life to help me out. So for that, I am grateful. But I also have to do my part and make sure that I still show the same love and affection, and make sure I'm there for them as well. So remember, I chose to do this. No one put a gun in my hand and said you have to do this. So I have to make sure as a person, I'm still the best person that I can possibly be. And that's not easy. So, and obviously I still have outside life that I have to take care of. So that's where we're struggling at right now, is because reality, there is no balance. But we're figuring out a way how to get in. We're taking it one day at a time. And not every day is perfect. I'm gonna tell you this right now, not every day is perfect. But as long as I'm checking the boxes and I'm giving that, for example, let's say if today I can only give 80%, I'm gonna give that 80% 100%. If that makes sense. So every day I'm just trying to give the best that I possibly can. But the success to look in a certain way, it starts with this. And as you guys can see, guys, it is basic as basic gets. So we're gonna get meal 2 underway right now. That way you guys can see the way I do it. Because your boy is hungry. I'm actually starving. I don't know where I'm getting this energy from, but maybe because there's a camera in front of me. I think I broke this. Can I break my scale? There we go. I'm notorious for breaking things, so we're gonna do, today's a rest day, so my pre-workout meal, like I said, is usually 180 grams. But today, since it is a rest day, we don't need those carbs, so we're gonna do 150. And it's cool because I've been doing this for a while now, so like I get to the point now where like I can kind of eyeball it. So usually before I'll be like 1, 2, 3. Now it's getting to the point where like, okay, it's easy. Usually I get it right by now. Fun fact, usually I just use my hands, to be honest with you, but my girlfriend gets mad at me. So I'm actually being, what would be the word, polite? Mannerism. I'm actually having manners and using the spoons, but I'm a little bit barbaric, and I just use my hands, which is probably not the right way to go about things, but I'm a dude, you know. See, boom, there it is. Simple. Fats. Pink salt. Then I'll heat it up, and then I'll put the jalapenos afterwards. Boom. And I gotta start using this because I leave the microwave messy, so. And then boom. All right, guys. So here's what my health stack looks like. You can say one thing is a lot of people, especially in the sport bodybuilding, a lot of people don't really care or to pay attention with their health. You know, one of the things that unfortunately this sport does take a little bit of toll inside, obviously due to PEDs and stuff like that. A lot of people don't really care. They're so caught up in, I guess you can say, performance enhancement drugs that they're not taking care of their insides, and they're not doing what they need to do, whether it's blood work or like I said, health supplements. They don't invest in it. This sport is not the cheapest sport. It definitely is expensive because this stuff's not cheap, you know. But if you're gonna spend money on that, you should be able to spend money on this, right? Because this stuff matters. Longevity. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. The reason I've been able to do it for so long, and now you're starting to see me kick into my potential a little bit, is because I've always taken care of myself. That's not true. It took me a while to understand that, and I wish I would have done it earlier. I see the last 2 years is really when I started paying attention to my health, and I think that's where I made the best progress, because I was taking care of my internal insides, and that's where you see me looking healthy and not burnt out like some people. So big things first. The biggest thing for me is gut. One of the biggest things besides the heart, right? The biggest thing for me is gut. I have a morning cocktail that I take every morning. I do not feel comfortable if I'm bloated. I do not feel comfortable if my bowel movement is inconsistent. I do not feel comfortable if I'm gassy. I do not feel comfortable if I'm not especially as you're getting closer to the show, your digestion kind of takes a hit because you're not intaking a lot of nutrients. So it's important to be using the restroom. Say what you want to say, but you know, taking a shit is important, right? And there is different types of shit. You know what I mean? A lot of people want to talk about it. Oh, it's gross. No, like having a healthy shit matters. And I'm one that cares about having healthy shit. So I hate being bloated. I hate it. It's not comfortable. It doesn't feel good. I don't like. I like being consistent with my bowel movement. whether it's morning, afternoon, nighttime. Like I hate going throughout the day without using the restroom. I've been there. It's an uncomfortable feeling. I don't like it. I don't want to do anything with that, right? So I invest in gut supplements. So one of the things I take in the morning is obviously my greens. You get these at Mecca Nutrition. This is my first time trying these. I look forward to it. Chocolate flavored, sugar free. So I take this in the morning. I take my greens. This is my beetroot extract. This is actually for my heart, blood pressure, right? Obviously when you're in PEDs, that elevates that. This kind of keeps that in check a little bit. So I take this every morning with that, mix it in, tastes good. Glutamine for gut. This one is key. I just started taking this. I think I got it from CBum. Everyone knows what CBum is. But it works really well and it allows you to use the restroom, a healthy restroom, healthy bowel movement. And then collagen, it's good for obviously hair, skin, and nails, but it's also good for gut leakage. So this is really good. I take this every morning. This one I take at nighttime. Thank you, Eric Frapwell, for recommending me this. I started using this about 3-4 weeks ago because I was having a little bit of issues with my bowel movement, irregular and inconsistent. So this has played a big role at nighttime. I take 2 tablespoons at night, and in the morning, every morning hits the spot. So this works really well at nighttime, and then I take these in the morning, and that allows me to use the restroom consistently. So that plays a big role. Especially as we're lowering our nutrients and we're getting closer to the show. So that's what I take. Now what you see right here, this is all for my insides, organs, kidneys, liver, heart, colon, everything is here, prostate, everything. This is all I'm taking. Just ran out of these, but now I'm not gonna go one by one and explain each one because honestly to me it's the boring stuff. But this is all stuff that Matt Jensen recommended me. Eric Frapple has put me on, and it plays a big role. So I'll show you guys an example. Digestive enzymes, I love that one. Kidney. Let me see if I can name a couple basic ones. Vegetable oils, vegetable tablets. I mean, joint support. This one, nootropics. A little bit of caffeine to get that mind going in the morning. GI support. This one's freaking huge, and I use this brand, the supplement brand. Eric recommended me. I've been using it for a while. That's why you don't see me using Revive. I will start using Revive eventually, but I've been using this for a couple of years. It kind of works. I don't want to fix it. I don't want to change it up now. Maybe after my prep, I will. But thyroid, I get this from Revive. All this stuff. Like this is all health supplements. I could go on and on. This one for blood pressure. This allows me to absorb carbohydrates. I'll use it like pre-workout in the morning, post-workout. All this stuff plays a freaking huge role. A fat burner to get myself going in the morning too when I go do cardio. So get that at Mecca Nutrition. So all this stuff is very important. I actually have to take some right now. I'll show you guys what I do. But I can't express how important this stuff is. As important as the nutrients, it's important. I mean, the food. This is up there too. You guys got to take care of your health, man. Like this sport. Don't get me wrong. Bodybuilding, especially the last 6 weeks, is not the healthiest sport. That's why taking care of your organs and stuff like that, your heart, your liver, your kidney, is very important, guys. Those that are coming up, like y'all over here talking about all this stuff. Like you guys gotta do this stuff, man. I'm very tapping into my potential, and I want to be in the sport for as long as I can, and I want to be here after the sport, after I'm done with bodybuilding. There's more to life, and I don't want to be 50 and 60 and gone. I want to make sure I'm here 80, 90 years old. So it starts with this. It starts with getting blood work done. I can't emphasize the importance of this. I mean, if you look at Eric Frappel's, he has this freaking thing of each pill. Like, that's a little bit more organized than I am. But this is nothing you guys should be doing, man. Like, this is what I want to show you guys. Like, this is what I do. Not do I just train, eat, sleep, and all that stuff. Like, no. Like, I take care of all this stuff, and that's why I look healthy, and I still look young. You know what I mean? Like, you all people my age that have been doing this sport for a while, and they burn out. So you want to make sure you guys are taking care of your organs. You want to make sure that you're not going to the doctor's and hospital for something. I think like it's worse if you something happens to you, because the medical bills are not cheap. So might as well start now. Invest $200 to $300 a month, and you'll be feeling good. So this is what works for me. So I'm gonna take a little bit of stuff that I have to take right now. It's a lot of pills, but hey man, like for me, it's like I like feeling good. Yes, obviously I want to look good, but I want to make sure that, you know, I feel good too inside. So. And I'm not gonna, I can't talk and have pills in my mouth. I'm not a good multitasker, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this in real quick. And then if I'm on the go, obviously I'm not gonna take everything. I'll actually like take like, I'll put what I need to take like in a Ziploc bag, and I'll just take it in my lunch pail. And then that way, you know, I'm consistent with it. Because I'm not gonna take all of this stuff. Or if I'm going somewhere out of town, then I'll just put them like in Ziploc bags. So this goes with me everywhere. I like this one right here. I forgot to talk about it. Helps me out with stress. As I don't care who you are, as you're getting closer to the show, stress does tend to go up a little bit. The worst thing that can kill somebody in the prep is stress. That is the worst enemy. That is, if your cortisol levels, once that starts elevating, it can make or break your physique. So that's been helping me out, staying calm during the day, because my mind likes to run 200 miles per day. 200 miles per hour, so that helps me stay, you know, stress-free and calm. Because that cortisol hormone, man, that will make and break you. So I've been taking that, and it's been helping me out a lot. So that's a good one if you guys want to take something to help you kind of like, you know, keep that in check. But that's what I take, man. Hopefully you guys learned a thing or two. And if you guys have any questions, make sure you guys, you know, message me on the comments or on Instagram, and I'll be more than happy to go more into depth and stuff like that. So that's it for that. Alright guys, so yesterday on my story I put like a little questionnaire like, hey guys, ask me. So I got a few questions. We'll try to go through all of them. Honestly, everybody that's been like participating and like showing like interest, like thank you guys, man. Like, you know, I put a lot of work. First of all, I want to thank the man behind the camera, Ivan. Big shout out to you, bro. Like, you know, you take time out of your day to come and help me out, and we put a lot of work into this, guys. Like, it's not easy doing content, you know. Like, thankfully I'm in a position right now where I have the resources to do so, and there's a lot of time and effort that goes in, and passion that goes into this. Not only that, guys, but I'm being 100% vulnerable with you guys, being 100% transparent with you guys, and that takes courage, man, and it takes a lot of time and effort. And when you guys like show love, and you guys, not that we need it, but it does make a difference. It does motivate us, it does excite us, you know. And like, people that when they come up to me and they say they're watching my stuff and they recognize me from this content, like, dude, that's what gets me going. Obviously I can't win all of Bakersfield, and look, you know, I'm not for everyone. Let's be real. You know, you're gonna have people that, you know, like Ben more. You're gonna have people that like Eric Frappa more. You're gonna have people that like, you know, other athletes a little, and that's okay. Like, it's supposed to be that way. Like, you're supposed to relate to somebody, and you know, not everyone can relate to me, and that's okay. But even if you're still like participating and watching, like that's still cool. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Like, I don't like you know, the Boston Celtics or the Golden State Warriors, but I appreciate what they do, and I will watch a game just because I appreciate what they're doing. So even though obviously some people don't, you know, not everyone, I'm not for everyone. Some people might not like me, my approach and stuff like that, and my attitude. And that's okay. You're not supposed to, you know. But the fact that you're taking time out of your day to watch means a lot to us. Because like I said, we put a lot of time and effort to this. So like, just hitting the subscribe button and liking and like just showing a little bit of interest, man. Like, it doesn't take a lot, you know. Either way, whether people are watching or not, we're still going to continue doing this. We believe in the bigger picture. That's why we're doing it. We believe that our end all be all goal is we're gonna get there eventually. So so we're still gonna be doing this. But anybody that's been participating, like, big shout out to you guys. It means a lot to us, and I'm extremely grateful, and I'm blessed that I have a platform and the opportunity and the resources to do this. And trust me, I ain't going anywhere. I ain't stopping. So obviously, you know, we want to look back at these after the show and, you know, and celebrate. But regardless of what the outcome is, I've been giving this my absolute 100% best, and that to me, I'm already a winner in my eyes. The rest is up to God, and I leave that up to Him. But I got him on my side, and I know that, you know, what's right, you know, whatever He feels is right will happen. So regardless, even after the show, like we ain't going anywhere. This is just the beginning. So, but let's get started with these questions. So the first one is talk about intensity training. Talk about intensity training. What does intensity mean to me? Intensity means effort, maximum effort. I like to believe I train very intense. I believe it's go, go, go. That means minimum rest period. I believe intensity means training to failure. I believe it means getting those extra. So, for example, let's say my goal rep, like right now, I minimize the weight. So I've actually deloaded 20% of what I normally do. So before I was hitting like 6 to 8 reps. Now I'm going 10 to 12. So for example, I'll shoot for 9, and my training partner Eric will help, or Keith will help me get those next 3-4 reps. That's intensity. A lot of people say they get 10 reps and then they stop there, right? No, you got to go past that, and they spot me to get past those 2-3 reps that I couldn't do with myself. So that allows me to still keep that heavy weight. Obviously, I'm in a low deficit right now, and I'm not going to build muscle right now, but I still want to keep that dense, and I still want to keep that. I don't want to make sure I don't get scrawny as I'm getting ready for the show. So I've minimized it 20%, but they're helping me get those extra reps. So intense, you could be strong all you want, but a lot of people like intensity. I think intensity comes from having passion. When you have passion for something, that intensity comes out naturally. That controlled aggression, those grunts. Obviously, I'm a little excessive and I overly do it, but that just goes to show the level of passion that I have for what I'm doing and how bad I fucking want something. You know what I mean? I really want this, so I'm gonna give this 100% effort every single set. Even if I can't give it 100%, I'm gonna give that 80 to 70%. 100%, and that's what intensity means to me. It's just pushing past failure, minimizing your rest periods, and having that certain urgency. You see a lot of people walking nonchalant and stuff like that. Like, no, fuck that. Like, let's go. Intensity training definitely elevates your physique, definitely makes you bigger, and to having intensity as you're dieting down helps you bring that fine detail, right? That conditioning, that crisp. That's why I'm only doing 35 minutes of cardio right now, 6 days a week. People right now are doing about an hour. I'm chilling at 35. Not that I'm being lazy, not that I'm not in shape. I'm in shape. It's just the level of intensity that training makes me I don't have to go excessively on that cardio. And even my cardio is intense. If you ever see me on the freaking treadmill, I'm going intense. So intense is just having that certain level of urgency. What are the best exercises for calves? Honestly, I train calves twice a week. Simple. Calf raises, standing, seated. Nothing too crazy. What's helped my calves grow is hitting them frequently, right? So I started at 3 times a week. Then I got to a point now where I'm twice a week. But I train them like anything else. I train them like I train my arms, my chest, my back. I don't do 30, 40 reps per set. No, I'll do 8 to 10 as I'm growing. And right now I'm doing 12 to 15, right? But I'm still hitting that frequency. I'll hold it at the bottom for 5 seconds, 1 second up top. So same thing, intensity. So there's no fancy or secret calf exercise. It's just hitting it with that level of intensity, just like you train everything else. Obviously, if you don't have calves, you want to treat that more frequently, whether it's every day, every other day. For me, it's twice a week right now, and I train them on hamstrings and quad day. Should the duration of your workouts be adjusted? If so, you're a natural versus enhanced lifter. No, because I still train. I like to keep it under an hour and 30 when I'm working out. Honestly, I've been trying to keep it like 1 hour 15, 1 hour 20, an hour 15 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes. When I was natural, I still kept it the same way. So I don't think there's just, the only thing is with being enhanced and non-enhanced is that recovery. Recovery plays a big role, right? That's why we take PED, so we can recover and we can train the body part as frequent. When you're natural, you might want to take a little bit more rest days or minimize your working sets, just because you can't recover as fast as somebody that's enhanced. It doesn't necessarily mean like, okay, I'm not going to train as hard. Nah, fuck that shit. I still trained hard when I was natural. I did 2 natural shows, right? And I still trained as hard as I could at that time. I still gave it 100% intensity and effort. The only thing is, you just got to take a little bit more rest days, minimize the amount of body parts that you hit a day, just because you can't recover as fast as somebody that's enhanced. Is there anything you take to help you sleep? I've heard melatonin. I take melatonin at nighttime. I'll take about anywhere to 30 to 40 milligrams. Um, and you asked me, can it lower testosterone? I've never heard anything like that. I don't think so. So I'm not 100% sure. I've never heard anybody say anything like that, that it lowers your testosterone. But I definitely use melatonin to help me sleep at night because I was using it very heavily when I was training late nights. But I haven't. I was doing up to 60 milligrams, but now I'm like down to like 30, just because I'm training earlier in the day, so I don't need it as much. But by night, by 9 10 p.m., I'm exhausted. I'm already falling asleep on the couch. Has prep made you change the muscle group that's your favorite to lift? Honestly, I think I wouldn't say it has. I have to train back twice a week just because my back's not my strongest point at one point. But back's always been something that I love to train. Back, obviously the level. Obviously, I hate leg days. I get scared of training leg days, like the day before, and then especially like leading up to a leg day. Like I get like nervous. I get anxious, scared because I know what I'm about to put myself through. But that satisfaction feeling. Is what I chase during those sets. So, and it's honestly the best. It's not my favorite muscle group to train, but that feeling afterwards is hands down the best. I think prep, training legs during prep does elevate it a little bit more and does put it a little bit higher. My least favorite body part to train is chest. I think training chest is so fucking boring. Maybe because I'm weak when it comes to my presses. Especially as I'm dieting down. Like the first thing that goes down is my press movements. Like my pulls and my legs, they still stay strong, but my pressing goes down the fucking drain as I'm dieting down. So, but I always knew that, and because I've been doing it for so long. But definitely, prep has made me enjoy training hamstrings. So I think prep has definitely. I love the hamstring pump. That's actually like besides back, it's been one of my favorite days. So RDLs are like my shit. Keep up the hard work, man. It's motivating as fuck. I won't say this name, but actually I am. Big shout out to Brett for that one. The fact that you saying I'm motivating, bro, is very humbling. It definitely makes me feel good. At the caliber that you're at, saying that I motivate you, man, it's fucking humbling, bro. Thank you very much. Shez, the feeling is mutual, dude. I enjoyed our session here, and I look forward to having more, especially as you're getting ready for USA. So, this is why, guys, like, I put content out there, man. People say, well, you should be in the shadows and just blah, blah, blah. No, dude, like, you have to show people your journey and documenting it. Look, win or lose, man, like, you guys are seeing what it takes to get to a certain level. Like, that's just what it's all about. Yes, it adds pressure to me, but at the end of the day, like, dude, I know whether I'm filming or not, I'm giving 100%. The biggest difference is that you're seeing it on camera. So why not do it? You know what I mean? So big shout out to Brett for that, man. Like I said, I'm very humbled, very grateful for that comment. I'll definitely use that on the days that I don't want to go and I don't want to push myself. I'll definitely screenshot that, look back at that and be like, okay, I got to keep going, Much love, brother. How many days out the week is good to work out and see results? That's a lifestyle question. I think, honestly, it comes down to your schedule, right? And your lifestyle and your setting and environment, right? So if you're somebody, that just depends on your work, on your schedule. I'm not sure if you're a parent or married or have how many jobs you have or what your schedule looks like. You have to make exercise work with your schedule. So if you can only get 3 days in, get 3 days in, but give those 3 days 100%. If you're going to get 4 days in, there's just no, obviously I train 6 days a week, but this is my I guess my priority right now. But if it's just for lifestyle, like just for health and fitness, like 3 days is more than enough. An hour and a half. Give what you can. That's what it's all about. And the number one thing that I said over there is just be consistent. Be consistent. Find a good trainer, a good coach that understands your schedule and that gives you a program specifically designed for you. My girlfriend Beth, she's a personal trainer, and she does that. She makes for females, she makes those scheduling and stuff like that, something that fits your schedule. So I'll put her Instagram on the description below. That way, if you want to contact her, she's actually accepting clients, and she has a home gym. So those check-ins, that's where you see my check-ins at. But she has a home gym, and it's very homey and comfy. How can I find a way to stay motivated to work out and hit the gym? Honestly, that's something that you have to look within yourself. For me, I'm not the most motivating person. If I'm being honest with you, I'm just very disciplined. I have a job to get done, and I'm not gonna stop till I get it done, because what that job means to me. To me, it took someone betting against me and betting on somebody else, and that's what keeps me going. The fact that they were bet off without me, and with somebody else, that's where I say, okay, I'm gonna bet on myself, and I'm gonna prove myself right. And that's why I'm here now. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to give credit to that person, but that person deciding to bet on somebody else made me bet on myself. And the days I don't want to go, I have to remind myself, like, hey, you bet on yourself, now prove yourself right. So it just comes down to your why. If you're somebody that's out of shape and you don't like the way you look, that should be your why. If you're somebody that is insecure and doesn't have the most confidence, and you want to feel confident, then that should be your why. Because working out gives you that. You know, being healthy gives you that. So whatever your why is, and I know I'm very just straight up forward, but whatever your why is, that should be your motivation, right? And just be disciplined with it. Not every day is going to be 100%. It's not. There's no such thing as perfection. But whatever you can give that day, just give it that. You know what I mean? If you can only go to the gym for 40 minutes that day, who cares? Go for 40 minutes. The most important thing is that you check the box. Can I deadlift Beth? Yeah, I deadlift like 500 something. My girlfriend's like less than 120. Like, yes, I could do it. Do you meal prep, and what do you recommend? I meal prep, obviously, but someone does it for me. I'm very spoiled. I'm very blessed to have Jessica in my life to help me with my food. I don't think she's taking any clients, but my buddy Ben, you know, he has his meal prep company, and I know he's taking on clients. So if you want to hit Fitness, he's definitely somebody that will definitely be more happy to take you on and meal prep for you. So if you want to do that. How do you stay positive? Honestly, I make God my priority. I don't want to get too much on that subject. But God is my priority, and I have a lot of faith, and that has grown tremendously in the last year or so. I just give everything to God, and I pray, and I have a little morning ritual that I do with audio and music and stuff like that, and videos. Follow me on Instagram. I put them on my story, and that's what helps me keep me positive, the Word of God. So big shout out to the man upstairs, because it's so easy to feel discouraged sometimes in this sport, because we're being judged on our body, so for me, having faith and making God a priority has been life changing for me. So that's how I stay positive. I used to think it was me, but I was foolish to think that way, and now once I give everything to God, like, he's been taking control over the wheel. So that's how I stay positive. How is it dating, Beth? Very blessed, very grateful. Big role in my life. She's definitely somebody that's contributing to my growth, bringing value to my life, and it's my girl. So it's been great. It's nothing great. No complaints, nothing like that, and very privileged. So I'll leave it at that. How do you keep a positive mind? It's not that I don't want to talk about it. It's just, it's just straight to the point. It's cool to have somebody that supports you, somebody that encourages you, motivates you, and the days you're feeling down, days you're feeling defeated, someone to pick you up, and she does that, especially with what she has going on. She's a busy woman, and the fact that she's able to take time and be selfless. In this sport, you got to be with somebody who is very selfless. Unfortunately, I dated somebody that was very selfish. Obviously, that's why I didn't work out. But dating someone that's very selfless and willing to help me out, to help me achieve my dreams, is the reason why. It plays a big role, and for that I'm very, very grateful. Something I don't take for granted, not one bit. How do you keep a positive mindset even when you're having a hard day? Same thing, the Word of God, putting my faith. Or if you don't want to go that route, obviously you can always listen to like audiobooks, podcasts, Ed Mylett, Tim McGrover, Andy Frisella. Like those guys, I listen to like a lot of entrepreneur too, because I do solar besides bodybuilding, so that's my career. So I listen to a lot of people that has been in my shoes, or I feel like I can relate to, and I listen to them talk instead of hearing my own mind talking. and that gives me that relaxes me. So somebody that's done it and says like, hey, everything's gonna be okay. That gives me like a little bit of peace of mind too. So like I listen to audiobooks, and when I'm doing cardio, I listen to podcasts and stuff like that. Just feeding that subconscious mind. A book that helped me out a lot is actually called I can't think of it right now, but it's by Tom McCarthy. The Breakthrough Code. That book changed my life on how to feed that subconscious mind. We all know how to think consciously, but feeding that subconscious mind has played a big role in my success with solar and with bodybuilding and the way I talk to myself. We talk to our friends very nice, but we don't talk to ourselves nicely. And I was guilty of that. Like I'll do something, I'm like, gosh, you idiot, but like you don't say that to somebody else, so why do you say that to yourself, So it's the way you talk to yourself plays a big role. So feeding your brain, your subconscious mind positive things. There's a lot of more avenues that you can go to, but those are some things that I do. Audiobooks, the Power One More, Atomic Habits. I could go on and on, but it's just feeding my mind positive things. And that's what. And not only that, but tough days. You're supposed to have tough days. Hard days are meant to happen. It's just, what do you do with that hard day? Do you allow it to say, okay, defeat me, or you say, you know what, I'm gonna take this one on the chin. I got my ass kicked today by life, but I know I'm not gonna stop. I know tomorrow I'm gonna have a better day. Even if I don't, just better than I did today, right? And for me, I do a lot of like self-talk and dissecting where I went wrong and where could I have done better, and that allows me to have a better controlling the controllables, right? Your attitude and effort. So just having that self-talk with yourself. Okay, look, not every day is gonna be perfect, but I'm gonna try to have a good day today. My goals are to get 1% better. How do you put jeans on? I do struggle with this because of my legs and my glutes, I guess you can say. So it's hard. First of all, it's hard to find jeans, and I guess I have to like scribble to females. So it's not always fun putting jeans on or taking them off. So I struggle with that too. Favorite refeed that is bodybuilding friendly. Okay, my favorite cheat meals. In-N-Out. Hands fucking down. In-N-Out is the shit. It's not as bad. I don't think it's super bad. I mean, I always get like 2 4x4s, animal style fries, and a Diet Coke. And I think that always does my body good. A steak, a ribeye steak. That's something you can do too. I love steaks. And Tahoe Joe's. That's my favorite steak place to go to. Let me see where else I like to. Sushi. Sushi, you can do sushi, right? It's fish, protein. So anything that has a high protein source. So for me, In-N-Out is the best burger place here in town. Steaks, anywhere that you like a steak, like a ribeye, or like sushi too. The only thing about sushi is that they close early, and I like to have my cheat meals late at night. If I have my cheat meals early on in the morning, it's hard for me to get back onto my diet after those cheat meals, because then I got that craving. But if I have it like my second last meal, I could go to bed satisfied and then restart my diet and get back on my diet the next day. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? That's a broad question. I answer in all aspects of life. 5 years. Well, we'll talk about bodybuilding. I see myself being a pro bodybuilder. I see myself competing in pro shows. My ultimate dream is to win the Arnold Classic. In 5 years, I'm 29, gonna be 29 this year. 30, 31, 32, 33. I see myself competing in the Arnold Classic by then. I told myself if I'm not a pro by 32, I'm done with the sport. So I see myself in 5 years competing for the Arnold Classic for sure. In life, obviously, having a home, a bigger home, doing business, some type of business, whether it's in the solar industry or something, real estate, having my own business. And obviously having multiple rental properties. That way I can have that recurring income. And that way I can be traveling more and stuff like that. And not be worrying about my finances and having financial freedom. But bodybuilding wise, I definitely want to win the Arnold Classic. That's my ultimate dream. I pretty much answered most of them. I think that's it actually. Yeah, that's it. So that's pretty much it, guys. That wraps up episode 11. I know I went on a longer rant than I should have, but I think this is that way you guys can kind of start seeing who I am a little bit more. I'm not this just asshole in the gym that wants to tear everybody's head off in there. I actually do have a soul and a spirit, and that way you guys can kind of see my mindset too. Nonetheless, man, I'm just so grateful to be in this position. The fact that I have the opportunity to be my best, and I believe my best is going to be good enough, could be good enough, and that's all I can control. All I can control is as long as I'm my best that day. That to me is a fucking win. You know what I mean? Obviously, we want to look back and celebrate, you know, with the victory, but nonetheless, man, it's just being my best. That's all I want to be. I just want to be my best that day. And hopefully my best is good enough to win. But I'm already at my best. Now it's how much better do I want to get? And that's where my effort comes in, right? So with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Let's get these subscribers going. As of right now, we are 7 away from 200, which is a big milestone for me. The views are going up and all that stuff. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys liking, subscribing, and sharing. With that being said, guys, episode 11 is done.